Greetings from beautiful Lviv, lovely Lviv in Western Ukraine. And you've clicked on this video wondering why you're not going to get beautiful girls if you come here to Ukraine, no doubt. And this is as close to the beauty as you're going to get when you come here, the architecture. At least that's the experience of lots of guys. Actually, I would say the vast majority of foreign guys who visit Ukraine. And why is that so? Especially considering that Ukrainian girls are world renowned for their beauty. Surely it's like shooting fish in a barrel. At least that's what most of the guys think before they come here. And the genesis to this video was, I was in Odessa last week with a client before we came here to Lviv. And what I noticed is there was thousands of young guys from just about everywhere, from Western Europe, North America, also from Israel, from Arabic countries, from Turkey. And let's be honest about it, they basically have the same objective, and that's to meet Ukrainian girls, and beautiful Ukrainian girls, no doubt, when they come here. But I know from previous experience of hanging out in this country that how many of them really actually meet the beautiful girls and get them here in Ukraine without having to pay for it. It's like a tiny percentage. So in this video, I'm going to outline 5 reasons why you won't get beautiful girls in Ukraine and how you can overcome those issues. So let's get into the video. This is the Tip Thursday of today. I'm Connor Klein. This is the Zara Experience. So the first reason why most foreign guys, and you're at risk also of not getting the beautiful girls when you come to Ukraine, is the fact that, contrary to what a lot of foreign guys believe before they come here, beautiful Ukrainian girls have lots of options. So the fact that you're a foreigner, it's not really going to make them open at the legs, at the knees for you, and that's definitely a stereotype that doesn't hold ground at all. And that's because they have options. If they just want to be with a foreign guy, believe me, there are thousands of foreign guys coming here chasing girls. It's not like you're going to be unique, and your passport, no matter what it is, even if it's the one where you can travel in most countries with and it has a very high socioeconomic status, it's just not going to make you personally very appealing over the masses of guys who are coming here. So that's the first reason why, if you're relying on your passport and being a foreigner, forget it, not gonna cut it. So reason number 2 why you're gonna struggle to get the beautiful Ukrainian girls is language. Unless you speak Russian or Ukrainian, you're going to struggle a lot more than obviously if you speak those languages. And of course, there are a certain percentage of girls who are interested in practicing their English and hanging out with English speakers. But from what I've observed, they are not normally the most beautiful or best girls. Of course, there are exceptions, but in general, that's just not going to be the case. And the reality is that in order to communicate with you in English, in particular, Ukrainian girl is going to have to put in a lot of effort, invest a lot of time into learning it. And that's probably not one of her high priorities if she is a beautiful girl and she has lots of options amongst local guys here in Ukraine. And that's just basically human nature, laziness, path of least resistance. She will have lots of options here. She doesn't have to learn another language. She also doesn't have to worry about cultural differences. So that's another reason why most guys here struggle. It's just simply because they rely on English and they don't put in the effort to learn any Russian or Ukrainian. That's number 1 to overcome the reasons why most guys are screwing up here. Okay, man. So we were in Odessa, right? We're now in Minsk. Uh, we hung out at Red Line Beach Club. What went down there? What did you observe in terms of guys trying to hit on girls?
Yeah, we are now in Minsk. Beautiful weather, beautiful city. Thai experience, Gopnik style. Cool. Odessa, no, Odessa was really nice. We hung out at the beach clubs, mainly Red Line, a really nice place. Yeah, we had some funny interactions. Of course, we had no issue with the girls, but we saw some strange interactions with other foreigners in Red Line. Yeah, there was a funny episode, I must say. Like two nice girls chilling on the sunbeds, getting sun, and then out of nowhere, two guys jump up and really, literally jump above them, and the girls were like in shock. What is going on? Who is these guys? Right? And basically, they just said niet, even though I think they spoke English, but the guys were so aggressive, so desperate that they scared. Literally, they scared the girls. Absolutely, they could learn something from the Thai experience, 100%.
And what was funny was that afterwards it turned out, well, I actually spoke to the girls.
You spoke to them, yes.
And it turned out one of them knew who I was. And she'd actually been writing to me on Instagram in English.
And she spoke English, yes, exactly. So, I mean, that's a clear signal. Keep it with style, at least just start with introducing yourself. Not even that did they do. They were like jumping upon, what you doing? Let's go, this, that. And the girl was like, oh, leave me alone, right? It was funny, yes.
So, reason number 4, and that are the cultural differences. Now, for some guys who do come here to Ukraine, they're from maybe a reasonably similar culture. But what I see, especially with my clients, what I have to coach them on the most is understanding the cultural differences between back home and here in Ukraine. And the biggest thing that I see is that, and this affects a lot of guys from North America and from Western Europe, they're simply just not affirmative enough. They don't lead. You understand that the dating culture here is very different, and you need to be affirmative. What might be considered actually a bit rude in, say, Western Europe in particular, is essential here in Ukraine. Otherwise, you basically look incompetent, and that's not being a real man, as the expression is in this region. So cultural differences and not understanding them, that's a huge issue for a lot of guys to come here. So you need to have that down and solid for your trip to Ukraine. So as a correlate to that about cultural differences, like, I'll give you a very pertinent example that I hear all the time from guys from North America and Western Europe when they come here, and they start to look at the Ukrainian guys and say, oh, these guys are not good looking. How can a princess like a particular beautiful Ukrainian girl be with such a guy? And that's because looks or physical attractiveness and looking maybe metrosexual or just like being good looking in general physically is not a high priority for Ukrainian girls. They're more interested in different attributes, and one of them is basically solving problems, having high status, and that's not related to your physical attractiveness, and that differs considerably from North America and Western Europe, where that would have a higher priority for the girls there. So I hear this comment all the time, oh, the Ukrainian guys look awful, blah blah. Listen, you're not getting it if you don't understand that particular difference, and you can moan about it all you want, but not gonna help you out. So you need to get on top of that, understand it, and be, you know, a lot of times what we consider being considerate in Western Europe and in Western European culture just doesn't work here. You need to be affirmative, you need to be leading, be the real man. So the fifth and final reason why you're at risk of not getting the beautiful girls in Ukraine and what trips most guys up is simply time, right? Most people who come here, most guys who come here during the summer, they come for a short trip, but it's just not enough time. They normally try to go to several cities also when they're here, so that then breaks up the amount of time that they have in each city. And of course, time, unless you're gonna nail a one-night stand, which for most guys, and actually in Ukraine, it's not I wouldn't say that easy. It does happen, of course, but it's not going to be a British city on a Saturday night in that sense. So you need more time, and you need to spend more time here. Give yourself a chance. So that's why I recommend that my clients in particular, that we spend, a week to 10 days in a city, if possible, in order, to allow my clients to build up relationships and rapport with girls that they meet when they're traveling, rather than just being in the city for like 3 days, trying to party hard, which you can do, and then leaving for the next destination. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes, and the easiest one to rectify. In fact, it's simply better planning and spending more time in the cities that you want to see. And for most of the visitors, that's going to be Lviv right here, beautiful Lviv. Hope you've been enjoying the little tour that you can see in the background of this amazing city. You're probably a bit surprised by what I've just outlined in the video, especially if you've watched my other travel vlogs. And if not, I'm gonna link them up in the card and down below in the description. And in those videos, you see obviously a lot of beautiful women. You see me hanging out with them. A lot of them are my friends, a lot of them are my girlfriends. Over the last, say, year or two that I've been hanging out here in Ukraine. And you might think, well, if someone like Connor can do it, why wouldn't I be able to do the same? And it's about having the right mindset, really good strategic planning, and understanding, doing your homework and understanding the differences. And on top of that, it's really about your experiences and building up those reference experiences and then learning from them. That's something that I work a lot with my clients, either when we discuss it remotely on WhatsApp or in person. And that's going to be my question for you right now. What are you doing next weekend? You've seen all my travel vlogs, or at least a lot of them. You've been watching this video. You're obviously interested in coming here to Ukraine and meeting beautiful women and being successful with them. Come here and live the Zara experience with me. That's an opportunity that I afford to select a group of guys from around the world. And basically how you apply to do that is you send me an email at connorklein@zaraexperience.com, or you DM me on Instagram. I'm going to send you a little questionnaire. You're just gonna have to answer a few questions, and the purpose of that is to see whether we're a good fit to work together. And if so, then we're gonna jump on a 10-minute strategy call where I'm gonna see if it's likely to work out logistically, and for you to come and live the Zara experience for yourself. You're gonna have an absolutely unforgettable experience. It could be here in Lviv, could be in Odessa Mama, the heart of summer, could be another part of the former Soviet Union like Belarus, like Minsk, or maybe in Russia. There's all these amazing cities that I brought clients to, and they've had just absolutely unforgettable experiences. So that could be you. If you've enjoyed this video, then of course, normal protocol, go and smash the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, maybe even new to this channel, I'm Connor Klein. This is the Zara Experience, and that red button for you to squeeze allows you to be a subscriber to the channel. And make sure that you whack that notification bell beside it. That's just so that you get notified when I'm uploading new content here. And if you've enjoyed this video, then you're gonna love a lot of the travel vlogs that I am working on. That's it from this video. It is a beautiful evening in lovely Lviv. There's no questioning that if you come here, you will definitely enjoy the beauty of this city. And in a couple of days, I'm actually going to go and meet a client back in Odessa. Was there another client? Came here for one, now going to go back for another. It's a whirlwind tour of the region, and then we're off to Russia. So I'm starting to ramble on at the end of this video. Enjoy the beautiful evening, and see you very soon, maybe right here, living the Zara experience. До свидания, до побачення. Ciao, ciao.
Zara Experience.